tell people that Philly is a special breed. They hate to see us on top, they hate to see us on, they hate to see us come up, they hate we on, they hate the moves that we make because it's made to break them. We give them knowledge on tracks and hope our words can save them. I guess it's hard to get props when you know you lesser, so we right on your heels, I hope you feel the pressure. Rappers taking a roll, my shoes that never fit them. Before you come at a king, I let my soldiers get them. I'm from
1, 2, 3, 4. Made your town go dark. Really got out with your wits. You know you lost your heart. Now you don't know what just hit you. Your whole world's in a spin. You'll rue the day you heard my name. And I keep roaring in, 'cause I'm here. And I'm known throughout the world. I'm a force of nature.
With 15 albums to her name, Sue Foley is an amazing guitarist. She joins us on the program today. Welcome to Foley on the Rise, Sue.
Thank you for having me. Good to be here.
Good to be here indeed. How are you making out nowadays?
Oh, great. Yeah, we just did our first show on our tour. We're launching a new album this week. So we just did the first show last night. It went really well. Sold out show in my hometown here in Ottawa, Canada. We're based out of Austin, but this is actually my original hometown. I'm Canadian. So.
Good stuff. Congratulations on the tour. Congratulations on the album. Before we get into all of that, let's go back to the age of 13. Because I guess then that's when you fell in love with the blues and you fell in love with the guitar. How did all of that come about?
Yeah, I was raised in a family of guitar players. So my dad played, my 3 older brothers played, and it was the era of the guitar god, you could say, too, because it was I was a little kid in the 70s when it was Clapton and Jimmy Page and Led Zeppelin and the Stones, and I was sort of raised in that culture of guitar, so I was just always drawn to the instrument.
How did you get drawn to the blues, though? Because you mentioned you're from Canada, so there's not too many blues players in Canada, I would imagine.
Well, the funny thing is there was, and there is, and there's actually a really healthy blues scene up here. And there has been since I was a teenager. But the curious thing to note is all those artists I just mentioned, like Page and the Stones and Clapton and ZZ Top, who I heard when I was a kid, they're all blues-based artists. So I was hearing blues and I just didn't know what it was until I started to look back at some of the, more historical figures like Muddy Waters and Slim Harpo or Jimmy Reed or Buddy Guy and B.B. King, and sort of discovering those people. And then that just opened up my eyes to a whole other thing. Such a powerful style of music.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. At age 18, you formed your own group. You did some touring. And then at age 21, you decided to move to Texas. How was that transition for you?
It was amazing. I was in love with what was coming out of Austin, Texas in particular at that time. That was right when Stevie Ray Vaughan broke real big, and the Fabulous Thunderbirds were on the road a lot, and I saw them, and I saw shows that came out of Austin, and I was just really drawn to the sound that was developing there in particular. Austin had its own sound, and it was really vibrant at that time, and it still is. But so even in Canada, we knew all about that, and I just wanted to go there so bad. So I ended up there at 21, and I'm still there now.
Still there now, 15 albums later, and a couple of awards later. Talk to us about the Coco Taylor Award.
All right. Well, Coco Taylor, they still call her the Queen of the Blues. And we used to tour with Coco when I was in my early 20s. We'd be out on the road with artists like Coco, and they're just bigger than life. So the Blues Music Awards has named their traditional female artist award the Coco Taylor Award. And I won it 3 times, and I'm super honored to be not only mentioned alongside Coco, but to be known as, a top female blues player. That's great.
So you won it 3 times. Are we going for a 4th?
I'm going for whatever. I'm just out here doing my thing. So
You once mentioned that people who play the blues have their own take on it. So, what's your take on the blues?
well, my take is myself, my life, because blues is just about you. So I think, to be honest, it's an honest style of music. What drew me to blues was the emotional impact of the music, the way it affected me, but also it's just real and honest. So people who get really submersed in blues, you just like that. This is your own story, and everybody has a story, and every story is interesting. Um, I'm not your typical blues artist coming from Canada and being a little white girl from Canada playing blues guitar, Texas blues guitar of all things, but that's where my road led me. And, you know, that's my story. I just try to play well every night.
It's very interesting. You never know which way life is going to take you. You just have to be open to the possibilities and say yes. Gotta say yes.
Follow your passion, and I'm still really passionate about it. And you know, we're out there playing on the road, and it just feels so good, to be playing. So.
Tell us about Guitar Woman.
So Guitar Woman is a side project I started. God, it's a study I started really a couple of decades ago, but really my whole life, because I'm a guitar player. I wanted to be a lead guitar player, and I was, all those guys I mentioned that were sort of the heroes of the time. Well, I was always looking for female heroines to sort of light my path. And over the years, I always noticed another female guitar player, and I've kept track of them. So in 2001, I started interviewing. I've done over 100 interviews, and then I went back to school. I got my master's. Now I'm getting my PhD on pioneering women guitar players. I've got of an album coming out early next year of my work studying and doing the different guitar styles of all these pioneering women, from Sister Rosetta Tharpe to Memphis Mitty to Maybelle Carter to even some classical and flamenco players. So it's a kind of a diverse project, but it's really based around the story of women in guitar and their place in the history. There's just some amazing artists who carved out a path for people like me, and even people who have come beyond me, because the scene now is quite vibrant. You see girls in every band, and you see great female players all over the place. But when we were coming up, there was only a few, and so I always kept track. Mm-hmm.
You are presently on a 20-plus city tour, which takes you across 3 countries. And one of those stops is my hometown of Philadelphia,
Yay.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, you're due here late October.
Yay.
Are you ready? Are you ready for a cheesesteak and to run up the Rocky Steps?
Hell yeah. I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. We're looking forward to coming back to Philly for sure. It's been a while, so hope all the blues and guitar fans are ready to come out and party with us.
Yeah, party indeed. You're going to be at the City Winery. Everyone in Philly knows what that is. Let's rewind a little bit, because you mentioned B.B. King, and I know you had the honor to play with him. What was that experience like?
Well, the thing I remember most about BB was how gracious he was. And because I remember after the show, I mean, beyond a doubt, his show was outrageously wonderful. But then after the show, he stayed around and met with fans. And he met with everybody, all the other bands that were on the bill. We were opening for him. And he took time with everybody. And there was a lineup of probably 150 people sitting like in line to talk to BB, and he took his time with each person until they were all gone. And he took pictures, and he talked to everybody, asked them their name. And I just thought, this is the king of the blues right here, and he has time for everybody. And that really meant something to me. I took that away thinking, how gracious he was and how generous. So
what an amazing story. Amazing.
It really is. He's an amazing person.
Yeah. Let's get back to you. There's many irons in the fire that you have. You mentioned you're getting your PhD. You're still touring around the country. Guitar Woman is also something of yours that's a passion. What's next? What's next for you as you continue along your journey?
Well, right now it's the touring and doing gigs. That's my number one thing, is to just play my guitar. And if I had more time to do that, I'd probably do more of it. But I'm also writing, I'm handing my dissertation, plus I'm finishing a book on women in guitar. And we just got that solo album coming out in the new year. So I'll be doing a one-woman show through next year, along with touring with my band, et cetera, et cetera.
Et
Yeah,
cetera, et
that's a
cetera.
lot. It's a lot.
So tell us, October 31st, when you're here at City Winery, what can the Philly folks expect from you and your band?
Well, they're gonna expect a really high energy show. It's guitar heavy. It's Texas blues based. You know, the sound you're hearing off stage is the stuff we learned in Austin, Texas, mainly. But also I'm doing a small tribute in the show to the Women in Guitar Project. So to sort of whet people's appetite for that. So I do an acoustic portion too, solo portion. But mainly we're promoting a new album, Live in Austin, Volume 1, that we recorded in Austin. And it's just and a high energy guitar driven blues album. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to your show. Tell us about the pink Telecaster you have in your arms now.
This is Pinky. This is Pinky 2, actually. Jimmy Vaughn gave me this one, and I have Pinky 3 that Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top gave me. So I have 2 new Pinkies that I travel with, but my main axe at home is Pinky 1, and she was with me. It's been with me for over 30 years, but she doesn't like to travel and fly anymore, so she's staying home. But I have these, and then in the background you can see my Spanish guitar. That's my other love. I'm pointing to it. There it is. That's my Spanish guitar I got in Mexico, and I love that. That's a flamenco guitar.
So when you're in Philly, we'll get a chance to hear both guitars, Pinky and your Spanish guitar.
Yes, you will.
All right. Looking forward to it. Well, Sue Foley, once again, congratulations on everything, your multiple projects. Congratulations on the tour. We're looking forward to seeing you in Philly, and much continued success to you.
Well, thanks very much. We'll see you in Philly. And what is that? Is that the 31st?
It is the 31st, October, Halloween.
Let's wear black.
All black to this show. We'll do that.
Got to do it.